Beep boop. Sorry, hello. I forgot to unmute us.
But I have started my captions, so it's okay. Because I have the captions. That's what captions are for, I think.
Showing this to you, and then it's not showing up. Up, there it goes. Hello. Can you see the game?
Yes, I can. I can hear the game as well. It's the Cultist Edition.
Yes, so I do, if you pre-ordered the game, you got some stuff, and I think I also spent like an extra like $3 or $5 to get like DLC. Basically,
Nice.
it's more skins for your cult members that you can get. Um,
Ah,
hello. Hi. How are you? We're playing Cult of the Lamb.
you're playing Cult of the Lamb.
No, I'm gonna ask you for a
I'm
lot of
just
help.
bothering
I'm
you
gonna
if
ask
you
you for a
play Cult
lot
of
of
the
help.
Lamb.
A lot of help.
Okay.
Because,
What style of game is
like I said,
It's just like you said things about cults and
so,
cannibalism, and I was like,
it's,
okay.
like I said, I think I messaged it to you. It is half, like, roguelite dungeon delving,
All right.
and the other half is, like, management sim-esque,
Mm.
where you're making your cult members get wood, get stone, farm, clean up, worship.
Okay, so like the other game, you execute and I just sit here and brain.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically.
I
Um,
love to sit here and brain and do nothing but like spout babble nonsense.
um,
Like I know what I'm talking about.
yeah. Uh, Let me hit play, new save. Praise the Lamb, conduit to great power, promised liberator of the one who waits below. Yet sacrificial beast, take heed, for a crown cannot sit upon two brows.
Okay, but like do it again, but more chanty. Hey, a pentagram.
We are the Lamb.
Bouncy.
Oh yeah, this game is very bouncy.
Graphics are quite bouncy.
Um, I did.
Game by Massive Monster.
Yep. I did turn off. There was a flashing lights under accessibility. I did turn that off, so it's not going to flash
That's
nearly
good.
as much.
That's good.
There are a bunch of accessibility options.
Oh.
Um,
Wait, like you didn't show the accessibility? I saw a tweet recently. I don't know if it was about this
here's the
specifically,
accessibility option. Screen
but
shake.
where it was like, oh, if you're going through
Oh, the
the
settings.
options for
Yeah.
a game, you should show the accessibility menu because even if you don't need it, it's good for anyone in chat that might need it.
Yeah.
So
There is
we
a.
should show it.
I'm showing. There's a screen shake option. Reduce
Hmm.
camera motion.
Hmm.
Text size, which the default is 110, which is interesting.
Oh.
Animated text.
Oh.
So if the animated text bothers your eyes or head, you can just turn it off. Flashing lights,
Yeah,
which
might help a lot of people.
flashing lights, which I turned off because flashing lights get to me sometimes too, and if it's excessive, I don't want
Mhm.
it to bother any people. And I don't know what dithering fade distance is.
Good fade distance.
Okay, but what is dithering?
Dithering fade is an effect that fades away opaque slash solid objects using a stipple or dithered pattern where a pixel is either entirely invisible or fully opaque in place of either a stylistic choice or technical constraint. True alpha blended pixels. You may have seen this effect in Super Mario Odyssey.
Cool, that says so much because that's a big game.
I'm like, I'm trying to see image examples.
But I'm guessing that, like, because you said, like, making it opaque, like, it...
Well, it seems like it's basically, like pixelated? Like a pixelated fade kind of thing, it seems like.
Well, I mean...
Oh, like the dots, yeah.
So, you can...
So instead of like a smooth fade, it's like the dotty pixely fade.
So, yeah, you can, I'm guess change the
So if
distance
that's like
and...
trippy to you or something.
Yeah. Which, so, I mean, there could probably be a little bit more, settings, but still some pretty good settings overall.
Is this like a difficult kind of game where you need like a god mode thing like
There,
Hades does?
I think I did hear that, there is, there is difficulty settings. From what I've heard people talk about, the combat is not nearly as... It's similar-esque to Hades, but it's not, like...
Not as punishing? Or
I'm hearing other people talk about it. They said it's not nearly as hard. It's more on the easier side, but obviously that is them talking. I can't specify for me or anybody else. So I can't really say is if God mode necessary or not.
I mean, necessary is sort of like technically it's sort of like, well, is God mode ever necessary? But like it is
I don't
more
know.
accessible to people who are not
Yes.
like
I
familiar with gaming.
I don't know if easy mode is to the degree where they have dimmed the enemy's health down that it hinders the, like... Hinders isn't the right word. My brain's not processing the words that I need to use properly. Anyway, I'm gonna kneel. Because let's be sacrificed.
Sacrifice. Who are all these monsters we're sacrificing to?
Do you want to read some of the lines?
Before us stands the last of its kind. All others we have hunted down and put to the blade.
With this final sacrifice, the prophecy will be impossible to fulfill.
A heretic who buys bound below will be condemned to eternal captivity.
And the old faith shall be preserved.
I don't know why I can do vocal fry in these voices, but I can't do it for like Screamo. Oh. How bright. Oh, there's chains. There's a lot of chains. And stakes or something. This is me again.
That depends. Do you want to?
Come closer. Fear not, for though you are already dead, I still have need of you. Those foolish bishops thought they could keep you from me in death, but instead they sent you straight to me.
There's an example of the animated text that you can turn off.
I can see how that'd be trippy to some people. I will give you life again, but at a price.
It is interesting that they do use it in slightly different ways, like for life there.
Versus Christ. All I ask is for you to start a cult in my name. Do we have a deal?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Absolutely. Oh, fine, just yes.
And I've already got an achievement called Deal with the Devil. cult of the lamb.
Great little lamb. Hey, a sword. Very bouncy. Next room.
Fear not, I am Ratu. I was once a chosen vessel like you, but those days are lost in the winds. I was sent to guide you. We are deep in the lands of the old faith and in grave danger.
I love how much higher pitched your voice is than the actual like sound effect.
Oh yes, It's because my brain doesn't process the like actual sound effects.
You look at that and it's just like, it's cute, and you're like, that's the voice now. It's a cute voice.
My instructions are to lead you to safety. Continue through the woods. Escape lies ahead. I will be close by. I got a coin. The lust for gold is oft all-consuming of one's heart. A currency used for all manner of things. You can see the little blade. You can get some tarot cards.
Tarot cards. I love tarot cards. I should do a reading again sometime.
Let me turn down the volume just a little.
I don't remember if I ever mentioned.
I'm late. What's this game?
Oh, hi, Lola.
This game is Cult of the Lamb.
There's cult shit, and I hear there's like maybe cannibalism shit, and so I'm like,
I mean,
yeah, okay, Sharky, you should play that.
We might not get to that stuff.
I mean, yeah, I don't expect we're getting terribly far per se, considering the amount of tangenting we usually do.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also me playing, so we have
Well, you're good
nearly
at video games.
reached safety. But look ahead, another poor soul about to be sacrificed. Rescue them, and they would have no choice but to join your new cults.
For context, the game starts off with you just like walking up to a pentagram thing, and they sacrifice you, and then this chained up deity guy is like, yo, lol, they thought they could keep you from me, but they sent you to me. Ha ha ha. I'm gonna bring you back to life, and you have to start a cult for me, okay? And your only options are yes or absolutely. And now Sharky's running around as this little lamb with a new cult hat and a little sword. And I guess that's as far as we got, basically.
Well, also
Until now.
they mentioned that there is a prophecy seemingly about awakening the one who asked us to start a cult, or bringing them back from being chained up.
I believe they're called the One Who Waits.
And the 4 people we were sacrificed to are the bishops of the old faith.
All right, you're all caught up because we actually did not get that far.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to read this?
Oh, mighty bishops of the old faith, we ask you to accept the sacrifice of this wretched soul.
Hey, who interrupts our ritual and trespasses on sacred ground?
I can't tell what kind of wow that is, but yep.
And now we've rescued a poor soul.
We also went through some accessibility options earlier
Yes.
to like show them, because Sharky had looked at them ahead of time. But
We have reached safety. You have done well. The red crown will allow you to use these markings on the ground to transport yourself great distances. It will take you to a temple that has fallen to ruin. There you will be able to begin your new cults. I will meet you there.
anyway, so the funny part of this is that despite the pentagrams and everything, Sharky is the one that's playing, and he's Christian.
So, please select a difficulty. Don't worry, you can change the difficulty at any time. Easy, recommended for casual players looking for a fun and accessible experience. Medium, recommended for moderate players looking for a well-rounded experience. Developer recommended. Hard, recommended for experienced players looking for a challenge. Extra hard, recommended for players with a death wish.
What if I have a death wish, but like not a video game death wish?
You go with hard.
I think that means I go with easy.
I'm gonna go with medium.
Yeah, go for it. It's developer recommended.
This hallowed ground which allows your This hallowed ground which once was mine is now yours. This crumbling ruin is to be the site of your new cults. We have much to do. We begin by indoctrinating this poor soul into the warm embrace of your cults. Followers can gather resources for you. Order this one to collect lumber or stone.
Lighten the world. Convert me to your cult. I will follow your teachings faithfully.
Okay. What's their name?
Do you not like our Gray?
I mean, we can stay with that. We can randomize, or we can choose.
I wanna. Can you hit randomize a couple times? I just wanna see. Jumurti. Mergajul. Murmur. Kagrana. Brebre. Huchijul. Cherno. Grion. No Nano. Yarina. So, okay. Because it had no Nano, I think you should name it NaNoWriMo.
Spell?
It's short for, what was it?
Spell?
National Novel Writing Month. So NaNoWriMo.
Okay, so
All the writers out there, you know what I'm talking about.
okay, so we have
That death wish.
we have a deer, we have a pig, we have whatever this is, a cat, a fox, narwhal, a monkey, a turtle, an anteater. I don't.
Sounds like an anteater.
A bee, Cthulhu, bunny.
A lot of things that you haven't collected yet.
Yes.
I think that we should start our cult with a bee.
What color bee?
Yellow, but not the classic yellow, the one under the blue. Yeah. The slightly lighter
Oh,
yellow.
should we have the normal? Should we have that variant with markings, or we should have angry bee?
Yeah, turn them into a hornet.
They are materialistic. They gain faith when building better sleeping quarters. They are naturally obedient. We immediately gain 10 faith, and they are faithful. Generates devotion 15% faster.
Is that how this works?
Apparently.
Fascinating.
So they shall mine some stone. By your hand, our cult will grow powerful. But your followers cannot live on prayer alone. They must eat!
Well, how are you doing, Lilith? How's your week been?
Gather the necessary resources and build a cooking fire to allow you to prepare meals for your followers. Chop, 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 chop.
Angry bee eyebrows. Yeah. Angry bee. Angry bee.
So this is where you're going to be helping me. There's a lot of buildings. A lot of buildings. Where should we place our cooking station?
Oh, you think that I like plot that kind of shit out? Well, I think cooking should be pretty centralized. So I'd say cooking should be pretty centralized because everybody needs to eat. Followers need to eat, and it's up to you to provide meals for them. The hunger of your cult can be seen on the top left of the screen. When this gets too low, followers will begin to starve. I didn't know that Don't Starve was the game we were playing. Bit rough. Health problems have come up. Dealing the best I can. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope things improve.
Yeah.
I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I hope so.
But yeah.
I hope everybody else watching is having a good week.
Find more food while crusading. Pick routes that pass through foraging locations. Plant farms to grow your own food. Seeds can be purchased or found whilst crusading. You know, I don't really love the term crusading here, though. A little bit Christian there, feels like.
I've collected my berries.
Berries. I didn't know we were Pokemon here.
Basic berry bowl.
Simple meal made from berries. 15% chance of the follower pooping instantly. Yeah, I've also kind of had a rough week, but you know, we all deal as best we can, I guess.
Now we must build a shrine, but first we will need more followers and more gold, both of which can be found while going through the lands of the old faith.
Thanks.
Our mutual benefactor, the one who waits, has been trapped by the 4 bishops of the old faith. Each of them guards a chain that binds him in the realm beyond. We have conjured openings to their realms. It is your task to track them down and slay them, so that he may be freed. Now go. There you shall find more gold and willing recruits. And for those who are not willing, bring them by force.
You can still say convert.
Bring them by force.
This is a cult.
Bring them.
And I know that half of Christianity kind of seems cult-like sometimes, but you know. I feel like convert I can associate with like whatever cult, but crusade feels very specific.
I've opened a door.
Anyway, so you remember those crusades where they were like, what if we send children, lol? Hope things improve for you as well. Thanks, Lilith. Yeah, we're all doing the best we can in this fucking life.
I have sword.
I think I'll be okay. I don't know how okay I feel right now, but I'll be okay, I think. I hope you'll also be okay.
Yeah. Entering the lands of the Bishop Leshy. Those who do not follow the ways of the old faith will be destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have coin.
Coin?
Coin.
What is this capitalist but bullshit? Yeah, if you're gonna start a cult, it should at least be like a socialist one.
Just wait till we get to doctrines.
One of my friends was recently talking about like various Chinese religion and mythology and stuff, and how she's very frustrated at like how Christianized some of the info out there is, especially because she's like searching the name in English because she doesn't want to like necessarily read like source material stuff or research in Chinese. But where she was so annoyed because she was looking up this one like goddess person yesterday, but all she would find were these Christianized versions that kept comparing the goddess to the Virgin Mary. And that she just kept finding that. She's like, if I see she's just like the Virgin Mary one more time, I'm gonna scream. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I agree.
Yeah,
I don't even know
that.
about the myth that she's like describing, because my parents didn't really teach me about that stuff. But like, oh my god, can't escape capitalism even in the cult. Yeah, so it seems. Is this me?
Go for it if you want.
Praise the Lamb, conduit to great power, promised liberator of the one that waits below. So the cards showed me once, many lifetimes ago. Or has that yet to be? I have always drawn your cards, Lamb, and yet this is the first. Take these cards, and I will draw another each time we meet. When drawn by me, they will grant you power. What power? Well, that is both known and unfathomable. The cards, they shall decide.
So I could either get +1 temp heart, or 10% chance of gaining a temp heart when killing an enemy.
I like the vampirism element of gaining from killing. The fates have spoken. Who will listen?
Yeah, acquired a moon necklace. Follower will never sleep.
Dream of me. I feel like I'm just gonna take all of the like super extra people that sound like they're fucking high. I like the aesthetic of this game, even though I feel like putting the pentagrams everywhere and labeling it Cult of the Lamb feels very Christiana. I'd like to think the thing below is a goat/sheep. We did see the one who waits, actually. I think it was a goat or sheep.
No, it was not.
It was a little hard to... I wasn't really paying attention with all the chains and stuff.
It had 3 eyes. We know that. It was a thing. But yes, with the whole pentagram and everything, yeah, I agree.
And like, I love the aesthetic here, but I hate how it's being used. Satan complaining about depictions of Satanism in media. And the occult in general, I guess. I mean, because anyway, like, pentagrams and tarot have nothing to do with each other. That's another thing.
Yep.
Satanism is like somewhat inherently based on Christianity, and like tarot's more of a pagan practice. Your turn.
I mean, you took this voice earlier.
Did I?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
The third one? The second one you took?
Can this be? You were put to the blade, lamb, as all your kind were, and yet here you stand before me, unrepentant. The crown, his power, could it be? But I am stronger still. Turn tail and run, little lamb. If you die, do you meet the thing below again? Or the one who waits again?
Don't know.
Alright, I guess we'll find out.
Sorry, I'm not planning on dying.
You're not?
More than likely.
But you said it was a roguelike.
More than likely, it's you
Ooh.
increase chance to spawn better chests. That's not useful right now because we are almost at the end of this run.
Mm. You have come far enough, little lamb. My followers are willing to do anything for me. Can you say the same of yours?
I give myself to the cause, oh mighty leader.
By the blood of the great ones, destroy the red crown. I really want to know why I can do vocal fry on these voices, but not on Screamo.
That's a good question.
Dying for the science! For the science! Sorry, let me get my Nemo voice. For the science! Was that Nemo? I think that was Nemo.
Oh. Please spare me. Convert me to your cult. I will follow your teachings faithfully.
I do enjoy these sound effects right now.
Gold nuggets, lumber, or a follower form.
What does that mean?
A new form for the follower. So like like how we saw like the bee and the Cthulhu.
Like
and
unlocking a new
form?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just purely like
a new customizable? Yeah, it's all purely aesthetic. It doesn't do anything other than aesthetic.
Yeah, I love aesthetic shit, but it feels a little early in the game to go for just aesthetic shit.
I mean, and as for you talking about symbols, they keep using the upside down cross, which isn't even a
11 out of 10 voice.
It isn't even even in Christianity, a symbol associated with Satan.
It's this pop culture kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
I keep seeing, because it's like this upside down double line one, so I keep expecting it to be actually Leviathan's cross, but it's not that either.
They use in a few places.
I also feel like Leviathan's cross is like strangely phallic.
I have no idea about any of that stuff. But in a few places, they use the straight up upside down cross, which is which is the cross of Peter.
Yes, you've mentioned, because I have joked about wearing like an upside down cross earring because I have a cross earring, and I'm like, well, I'm not wearing this right side up, and you're like, that would not actually be bad.
No, because Peter, one of the disciples of Jesus, was also went through the whole crucifixion, but he's like, don't put me right side up because I'm not worthy to be killed in the same way as Jesus, so flip me upside down. And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever, it'll kill you faster. I am relieved to see you made it safely, and you have not returned alone. You have convinced more to join our faithful flock. Let us indoctrinate this new convert so that we may continue.
So I appreciate how much Lilith is liking all of our voices across the games, apparently.
Name?
Thanks.
Or should I stick with it?
Actually, if you're gonna ask me for names throughout this, give me one sec. I'm gonna grab my demon book so I can just keep finding demon names.
Oh my gosh.
This is what happens
Well, I'm gonna
for
ask
a
you,
game like this.
what form should they be at least?
Well, let me get my demon book so that I can also maybe base it on that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we'll see, because not every demon has like a listed animal form or anything, right? But let me see. I'll be right back. Anyway, I need another drink. I'll tell you right now.
Well, I hope everyone watching is having fun. While we're being stupid, not smart, I don't know. Just listen to the music while we wait. Um, Satan, where are you? I don't know how to entertain the masses. Satan. 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 Left alone, only us and the cult music. It's true. I have been left all alone. I don't know how to proceed.
Returned, sorry.
There you are.
The demon left alone. Only us and the cult music. Yes, I have multiple demon books, but this one is my preferred one for pulling random demon names. It is the Dictionary of Demons by Michelle, I think it's Michelle Ballinger or Bellinger. And there are tons of demons in here. And it's all in alphabetical order.
Name.
So I'm gonna find a name kind of close to the one here. Let's see. We have Ducius is the name here, which there's actually a bit I wonder if they also
Could have.
because Amdusias is actually, there is a slightly different spelling in here. Oh, no, that is an alternative spelling for this.
Yeah, they could have they could have like taken boss names from something like that.
Well, I'm gonna say that you should use the spelling that's in here instead of the one over there, which is really just to add a C after the first S. And this demon is said to first manifest in the form of a unicorn, which I think means it's a narwhal.
Color.
Well, if it's supposed to be a unicorn, I'm gonna say it should be pink.
There's also whale variant and spotted variant.
I like the normal.
They have a strong constitution, heals 15% faster when sick and in bed rest, and materialistic. You get some followers why the worker worship. Worshipping followers generate devotion for you to collect. But to collect devotion, you require a shrine.
Oh, a shrine. Right in the middle.
Praise be, your followers can now worship you. Here is a
Worship you? I thought we were worshipping the one who waits.
Well, here is a new follower. Assign them to worship at the shrine. Then collect the devotion your followers generate at the shrine to unlock divine inspiration.
Ooh. Ah! Oh. All right. I have the book now, so this is a lot faster. Let's see. That is Bretity. I swear if this is actually, I don't think it is. But if it is, I'm just going to be like, they definitely just used the same book. Okay, no, it is not in here. But there is a demon named, let's see, I'm going to look for B because of that existing name. Betel. Betel.
Betel?
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to be reading.
Form.
I know my demonology fact has not been redeemed But since I have the book with me and I'm choosing these names, I'm gonna just keep reading the things.
Form.
Let's see. In the Grimoire of Armadale, as translated by occultist S.L. McGregor Mathers, Betel is described as a docile spirit. It is best to summon him outside, preferably in a forest or a secluded garden. He is said to teach the wisdom of Adam and to reveal both the virtues of the Creator and the laws that govern those virtues. I'm not gonna read the rest. Was there like a deer? Docile spirit in the forest sounds like a deer to me.
Color.
I want the one right under the one you have. Oh. What's the middle one? Marks? Yeah, let's give it marks.
Natural skeptic.
give him
On recruiting, follower immediately lose 10 faith. Materialistic and faithful. Generates devotion 15% faster.
Wow, everyone is materialistic so far, huh?
So far, yeah. That's kind of just luck because it's all...
I mean, I figured it was luck. I was just like, wow.
Collect devotion from your shrine. Once you collect enough, you'll unlock divine inspiration. The more followers worshipping at your shrine, the faster it will fill up. The shrine is full, they will stop worshipping until it's emptied. Once you've collected divine inspiration, unlock new buildings for your cult through the shrine.
I was realizing as I was getting this book that I actually just always have the wiki page up for the 72 Demons of Solomon, but it was too late.
We have a temple.
A temple!
Where we can perform sacrifices and rituals. I need 4 stone. Unsanitary conditions at your cult will cause them to become sick. They'll require bed rest, or they could die if they are sick.
Poop, vomit, and dead bodies cause illness to spread quickly throughout your cult. Cleaning messes and burying bodies will prevent the spread of illness.
Be hygienic.
You know, the problem is, I don't like satanic slander here. But this game is so aesthetic, I kind of want it.
Nah.
But like Satanism and tarot are inherently actually not related to each other, actually. Just like when I was complaining to you about like this art depicting like Lucifer, but using Nordic runes as the magic around him. And I was like, these are inherently different belief systems. Like, if you believe in Lucifer, you probably don't believe in the Nordic gods, actually.
The temple is the center of your cult. From there, you will preach sermons to grow stronger and perform rituals to mold the fragile minds of your followers. You are responsible for maintaining the faith of your cult. If it falls too low, your followers will dissent against you and eventually leave. Your followers are ready to hear your word. Show them that you are their great leader. Preach a sermon from within.
You know, the other voice I did today was my roommate was telling me about, I guess there's this thing called like Discord girls or something, and they're, what's it, like pick me girls, which is basically just to say that they're the types of girls that are like, I'm not like other girls, but they put on like extremely like high-pitched childish cutesy voices to try to, I don't know, appeal to guys, to buy them skins and shit, I don't know. And I was like, oh god. But I did manage to put that voice on for a little while. But it was really high-pitched even for me.
Interesting. You were amazing to behold. Natural leader. I see why you were chosen. You are to guide your cult. You'll need to declare doctrines so that they might obey you. Return to the lands of the old faith and seek out commandment stone fragments. With these, you will be able to declare new doctrines.
Trying to remember what kinds of things they say so I can give you an example. But I also hate myself when I'm doing that voice.
Then don't do it.
Well, more so almost for the like the kinds of things they say.
I have an axe.
I was gonna make a Fire Emblem joke, but it was like an old Fire Emblem game joke, so I don't know if you'd get it.
I don't get anything.
Okay, Hector.
I know that
Oh, no.
name.
You skipped over the...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please. You cannot argue with the draw. One might as well argue with the ocean.
Oh, there's also fishing in this game.
Ah, yes, the requisite fishing minigame. Good, great.
Well, obviously.
Alright, I guess I should put... For Lilith, if they're still here, I guess I should put Discord invite.
I mean, it's up to you.
If you are interested in joining our Discord. You know, Lilith and anyone else who's watching who might be lurking and still want to join the Discord, because that is actually probably the most reliable way of seeing when we go live. Unless your go live notifications work 100% of the time and you have those on. Because then we post with an at everyone each time. Let's see. We'll do 6 hours.
Also, by the
No,
way,
we'll do an expire after 1 hour. I'm really paranoid about this kind of shit.
there's a voice.
I know. I'm posting the Discord link first.
Okay.
Never you foolishly persist, little lamb. I hear your lies, and I smell your fear. The red crown rises again, but what an unworthy bird has. Yeah, people should join our Discord if they want to hang out with us. You can also, chat with us, chill, enjoy memes by Magic, occasional random posts that get shared to us. You too can share random posts to us.
It's very silent, so.
Hmm?
I'm glad I found you. I bring good news. The one who waits is pleased with your progress and wishes to grant you a crown ability. I didn't do anything. Enemies you slay will now drop fervor. Collect this to replenish your curses.
Curses?
Fervor is the righteous anger earned by striking down non-believers and works like ammunition for your curses. Fervor will drop when you slay an enemy. Collecting it refuels your curses.
Problem with getting into demonology shit is I get so salty now about
Everything?
these depictions of shit. Wait, what's that shop symbol? Is it literally a shop?
I don't know. I don't know what this
Find
is.
out.
There's some stone, and then I can get a follower if I go up here.
Mm.
Stone, and I'm guessing that's food.
I don't know what the shop thingy is.
You can buy a get berry seed, get berries, or get fish.
You won't find better.
Uh,
I don't know how that character should sound.
uh,
Like a rainbow caterpillar.
Sure, get some berries.
Ooh, a wonderful choice.
Okay, thanks.
Wait, do you have the choice to go like backwards towards the thingy so you
No.
could get the dollar? No.
No.
Well, darn.
It's one path. You choose what path you go, but it's one path. Eons ago, though these lands were rife with gods and their adherents. What befell this pantheon? Alas, 'tis the nature of beasts to forget and of gods to be forgotten. Mayhap they left, mayhap they slept, mayhap they devoured and were devoured in turn. Those few who remained spread roots, spun webs, molded this world to meet them in theirs. 'Twas the land of many gods once, hundreds now. You found enough fragments. They can be used to declare doctrines. Can be done in the temple.
The fact that it's called a commandment stone, I'm just like, I feel like the creators were very Christian. Or at least Christian culture.
Oh, double gold, but enemies drop poison. Great. That's what I need.
Sorry to any Christians in the chat. I don't actually have anything against Christianity directly.
Can I say I do?
You're the Christian one!
Yeah,
So yeah, you can say you do.
just because I'm the Christian one doesn't mean that I don't have a beef against Christianity.
I feel like there's different interpretations and stuff of Christianity.
Yes.
And I have beef with particular takes of Christianity. But like, I mean, you're a Christian friend of mine. I have other Christian friends. Not even all of them are as Christianity as you. And in fact, I think the particular type of Christianity you grew up with contributes more to why you're like, Christianity.
I mean, yeah.
Even though you yourself are Christian.
I mean, it's... Wait, did you say, like, wait, sorry. You were a little quiet on one part. Did you say, you have friends who are Christian, not of them as Christian as me? Or did you say more Christian than me?
I was saying less Christian.
Okay.
As you. Not like I'm not comparing how
Yeah.
religious anyone is to one another. Everything's a personal choice, right?
I just thought
I was saying in terms of like what your attitude towards Christianity is.
And it's very much because of the environment I grew up in.
That and like I think it kind of varies at times because I in this fascinating way of like how race and Christianity play together, where I feel like a lot of people who are white who grew up Christian have quite the frustration towards Christianity, but like a lot of like black Christians are just, I'm Christian, and they're like proud of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like they're quite devout or religious or whatever. It's just like a cultural thing kind of thing. And I'm like, that's also okay. I have a problem with Christianity when it crosses basically how I was saying, like, I respect your right to believe in God as long as you respect my right not to. Also, hi, Medic. Few people hate Christianity than Christians. It's like Homestuck. Yeah, but where the other people I'm talking about are also Christian, but they aren't from the same kind of Christianity, perhaps.
I mean, I grew up in the the Bible says what the Bible says. So, like, being
Also,
gay
they
is
have 100%
evil.
taken straight up demon names, it seems, at least for those
For
boss
bosses.
fights. Very good, my vessel. It seems I chose well when I kept you from death. Yeah, not quite a goat thing. Not really a sheep thing, I think.
No.
I don't know what it is.
Don't know.
Like,
Cat?
no, I wouldn't call it a cat. Because it's got the, like, claw finger things that aren't, like, paws. I feel like the eyes make me think of, like, a fly, like Beelzebub. But this feels like they just kind of mashed together their own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be watching your every move. Do not disappoint me.
Yeah, I grew up in a very, they are conservative, they are...
I mean, I think if I remember right, Medic, I think you also mentioned being Christian?
Oh, right, I have a new... So I can get beds for them,
Oh, sleeping bags.
or I can farm. Let's give them a place to sleep.
Very unstable, will often collapse.
And then because
What
of that,
cat?
I could possibly get a body pit.
Great. I've described before how Valifor is apparently, like, I usually think of the Final Fantasy
Yes,
X Aeon, which I know is
yes.
also your association, but
Yes.
apparently it's a demon. However, I am not gonna go with that one for this particular demon, or not demon. This particular
Member.
character. Oh my god, that's really funny.
How does
There's a demon that's just named Daniel.
How does a sleeping bag collapse? What does that even mean? Yes.
It means it dissolves into the ether.
You can... I think you can fix it.
Maybe?
But what's the name?
Let's see. I'm gonna pull one of the Solomon ones for this one. I think that this one should be named Bifrons. So Bifrons is a demon, Earl of Hell, with 6 legions of demons under his command. He teaches sciences and arts, the virtues of the gems and woods, herbs, and changes corpses from their original grave into other places, sometimes putting magic lights on the graves that seem candles.
Form.
I liked the form it had already.
Color?
I want the bottom of the column you're on.
Oh, whoop.
Whoops. Oh, there's no variance on this one.
There's no variance on this one.
Alright, what are the traits? What are the traits? Materialistic!
Zealous ignores dissenters and,
Coprophiliac?
gains
Gain
faith.
10 faith when falling ill. That's some god shit. That's some Christianity shit. Everything happens for a reason.
You can worship.
I think the sleeping bags should go away from the food.
So down here?
What's that? other structure next to the berry bush?
This is just like ruins.
No. You know, put it right there. Yeah.
I have to build the sleeping bags real quick. Hold on.
Building sleeping bags, yeah. You know, I feel like, do you have fabric for sleeping bags? Or like, what are these sleeping bags made of?
How I built them is, 5 wood and 10 monies.
I guess that's how they collapse, Medic, is that you're actually just sleeping on a pile of logs.
Time for a sermon. Everybody get in.
Come on, stragglers. Ah!
Bane weapons or Curse of the Horde.
I don't know what this means.
Bane weapons have a chance of poisoning enemies when attacking. 3 new curses will appear.
I love curses. I'm like, I also love poison, but curses just sound fun. I don't know what they are, but you know, they sound fun.
They're my, like, the spell.
Meh.
And I can do the crown, and... Okay.
Bonfire ritual. Ritual unlock. Dance around the flame to increase the cult's faith by 30. Are we gonna dance? Dance, dance. I feel like there's a strange, like, conflation here also of the Illuminati.
I can't do this because I don't have enough bones.
Not enough bone.
I need 25 bones.
You need people to die for that.
Preaching sermons, performing rituals, and providing for the needs of your followers will keep their faith high. The bones of your enemies are required to perform such rituals. Destroy their skeletons to gather their bones. Return to the land of the old faith, gather bones from fallen enemies, recruit more followers, return to perform a ritual here.
Perform rituals in the temple. These usually raise faith or help you solve problems in the cult. Rituals are performed using the bones of your fallen enemies. After slaying a non-believer, desecrate their bodies to gather their bones and use them to perform dark rituals at your temple. How can I dance without my dance bones? What if your dance is like assassination dancing and that's how you acquire your dance bones?
Let me just cook some food real quick.
Also, have you been, Medic? Hope you've been well.
Yeah, hope everything's fine. Let's make sure. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any sickness lying around.
What weird sounds. This is great. I would love to be a VA for some shit like this.
Oh yeah, I would find it. I would find it so much fun.
It's all just sound effects anyway. I would love to provide silly sound effects.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be a VA.
Oh, I don't either.
That feels like a lot of work. But it also seems fun.
Oh yeah.
We say this, but we voice things probably as frequently as VAs do, if not more.
I just came back from Gen Con, and I am very tired.
Oh, hope you had fun.
Hope you had fun, and hopefully you don't get sick.
And hope you weren't part of any of the shit I was seeing.
What?
There's another con, another abuser report.
Wait, what?
Yeah, my understanding is someone on Gen Con's, like, stream team was basically getting really drunk throughout the whole con and using that as an excuse to, like, basically sexually harass a lot of people. So
Uh,
I think I saw like
whoa!
I saw 3 or 4 people's different accounts, and one of those actually also mentioned like and 6 friends. So possibly like 9 accounts essentially of this one person like harassing all these different people.
Should I get food? Should I get a follower of food or wood?
Um Wait, go up. I want to see what else there is.
Fights.
What's the Okay, the upside down.
It's basically just fights.
That's a sword then. That's essentially, for all intents and purposes, actually just a sword.
Uh-huh.
I think that followers are the most valuable resource to get. Although, do you have enough food for everyone as is?
Don't know. I mean, they're
Well,
not.
get another follower. I think that's fun.
They're not starving right now.
Good enough. Hermit is hungry. It feeds. It partakes of our flesh. But that is the price for safety. For that we gladly give it all we have. Do you think I should practice lots of different kinds of voices so that I can practice ultimately the kind of voice I would like to have? But I don't actually know how to do that.
You are mine now. That means I'm gonna need to make.
Waits indoctrination.
Going to need
Name and stuff.
to make another bed.
Also a bed. Yes, that's a good. Steelton bush. Double gold. Enemies drop poison.
Step forward, beast. From the swirling mists of chaos that surround, allow me to regard you wholly. You carry the weight of ageless centuries upon such diminutive shoulders. Yet, what is this? Seems your stature is deceiving. A weapon is not without the hand that wields, to fell enemies, to defend honor, to break chains. Let your crown take the form of one of these works of iron, forged in everlasting fire.
Ooh.
May you wield them all, promised the
Well.
liberator.
Well, not all.
Don't care.
Wait, okay, we have Flaming Shot 2. We have Hounds of Fate 2. Shoots multiple projectiles at secret enemies. Or we have Apostate's Cleaver.
Which
Wait,
is more.
what was the first one's effect? I'm like, do you want my opinion on this?
I don't care.
Need to go for a bit. We'll be back. Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping by. Even if you don't make it back in time before we end.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah.
We love having you and everyone else.
I mean, my opinion is to go with the axe.
And like, on one hand, I have my opinions purely on aesthetic, but I don't know if you want to be making these particular decisions for
care.
gameplay purposes.
I don't care.
I like hounds.
You have your followers and I my weapons, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what you said.
I speak to my weapons often. I too like to speak to my weapons. For strength! And now I'm in the Nemo voice. Science!
I almost have enough bones.
Rounds! They make for great science experiments. is what Britain gets for colonizing my country. I still think it's so sad that they did not put more focus on the reason Nemo is evil is colonialism
Yeah.
part. Where it's like, it's implied that this is the reason he like went evil is as a side effect of colonialism, which is the ultimate like villain in that route in that sense.
Yeah.
But they're just like, yeah, he's evil. You know, as a dark-skinned character, as one of the only dark-skinned characters in, or is it just the only dark-skinned character in the whole fucking game? This is why he's evil. It's just like, yeah, so Britain did that to him because colonization.
This is you, voice one.
His voice.
I don't remember.
Oh, it is true. The red crown sits upon the brow of another.
But how? We did everything we could to.
It matters not. We need not bother Shimura with this. Deal with it, brother. As you command, my sister. I need to hear the little like voice preview from each of them to get the correct voice, because otherwise I just completely forget which one is which. Problem a little bit.
Voice preview? What's that?
It's the little snippet of voice, and it's not really a preview so much as it is their whole entire voice technically in the game, but it gives me a preview so I know what I'm aiming for. Murdered! You shall rise again. You lost 25% of new items.
Oh, interesting.
Fear not, for you are my chosen vessel, and death cannot halt you. I shall not allow it, for I still have need of you. Yeah, I like. It's interesting how like shadowy and teal this is.
Yeah.
Lizard heart. Take what you have gathered. Build inner strength in the cults. This is how power is gained. Continue on undaunted. Each time you are brought down, you rise again stronger. Wow, that hurts my throat.
Then why are you doing it?
For fun.
Stop hurting yourself. Your death has made your followers think you are weak.
Oh no. Divine inspiration unlocked.
Yeah. So I can either have a farm plot so I can start farming, or body plot or body pet. I'm gonna
let the bodies hit the foot.
Okay, fine.
I was kidding. I didn't mean it, but okay. Let the bodies hit the foot. Oops.
What do you want? The cult is growing by the day. It is time you gave it a name.
Oh. Also, I headbanged so hard that my headphones went flying off my head.
What is the name of your cult?
I'm just listening to the random chanting of the music, and so I think it's...
You think it's...
Ramamaya. R-A-A-M-A-M-A.
How serious?
H-Y-A.
How serious?
Actually, do a double A at the end.
How serious are you?
Do you not like it?
I'll stick with it. Is that what you're going to go with? Is that your final answer?
I mean, I'm not gonna give it like a proper mnemonic name because I don't respect this game as respecting demonology.
It doesn't need to be a name?
I'm sorry, do you want to name it name?
Okay. Oh.
You're gonna have to read it though.
Nope.
No.
I need another...
Sleeping bag?
Okay. Name.
You know, because of the way this is spelled, my first instinct is actually to just say Hannah. But I'm gonna see if there's any better name first before I commit to that. But I'm tempted to just name it Hannah. Nope, it's Hannah. Hannah.
Okay. Form.
Sorry, anyone out there who's named Hannah. No offense. Well, I feel like since Hannah is an actual, like, semi-common name, you should just randomize among steel. See?
Color.
Random.
Variance.
Ooh, I like that last one.
Naturally obedient. Zealous. Faithful.
Oh my god, finally one that's not just materialistic.
Worship. It's a brand new day, so it's new sermon.
What should I have for dinner tonight? Like I
A
could do, like,
bonfire
chicken
ritual.
black- A bonfire ritual for dinner? I don't know how pleased my roommate would be with that.
Okay, I can't do anything else. Indoctrinating followers is well and good, but there is so much more you can take from them. Give them gifts, complete quests, and perform blessings for them, and you will increase their loyalty to you. Once they are totally loyal to you, they will give you everything they own. Watch as I show you. You follower, come back in here.
Oh.
Increase a follower's loyalty to level them up, and they will reward you with devotion and a commandment stone fragment. Each time a follower levels up, they will generate additional devotion when at a sermon or worshipping at the shrine. To increase their loyalty, you can give a follower a blessing once a day when you interact with them. You can also give them gifts, complete quests for them, perform sermons, and many other actions. The more loyal followers you have, the stronger you'll become. I have much to teach you, but I am old and grow weary. Visit me at my home, and I will show you how to harness the true power of the Red Crown.
I take it back. I don't want this. I don't want this game.
Okay.
I like this game insofar as I am watching it for the aesthetic from you and giving you names. And beyond that, I don't actually think I want this.
That's fine.
Yeah. I know it is.
have discovered my humble cottage. Be careful you do not make the same mistakes I did, or you'll end up in a place just like this. Now, perhaps a game of knucklebones?
Big gift. I guess you just have a gift and you don't know what the gift is.
Let's play some knucklebones!
This game of risk and reward. Your score is calculated by adding all your dice together. Match dice. When dice of the same number are placed in the same column, multiply their value. Destroy opponent. Destroy your opponent's dice by matching yours to theirs. Okay.
There is a lot of risk. 4. Gosh dang it, they destroyed my 4.
20.
But if they get a 5 and put it there, like, I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah. Which is funny because they have not rolled any 5s.
Yep.
So you're doing pretty well so far.
I mean, this is also, like, easy opponent. The game ends once the board is full.
Wait, why didn't you destroy there too?
That would have freed up a slot for them. And I didn't want to free up a slot.
I see.
Because now they can't do anything about my middle column.
Lamb wins 79 to 42. Wow, you look so happy.
By the one below, you're unnatural. Here's a prize.
That's not a tarot card. I'm so frustrated. Hearts 2 is not a tarot card. Hearts is not a suit of tarot. It's a suit of like a normal deck. And this is why I'm like, I like the aesthetic of this game, but I don't want it. I'm just gonna get too mad at shit like this. Ramamaya!
This place is gross. Clean it.
Oh,
What do you mean it's gross? Where?
Oh no, something's dirty.
Oh,
What's that? Poop.
it's poop.
Oh no, the poopies. Like cat poopies, but you don't actually have any cats right now. Maybe I should give you a cat. Wait, was that one down there? Or did you get them? Oh no, that was part of the tree, I think.
I don't see any others.
Yeah, I think the thing I saw was part of a tree.
Oh,
Oh, there's one. I think that's a new one.
I can now farm.
Wow. Suddenly, this game is Stardew Valley. Complete with farm bundles, like Stardew Valley.
Yeah, but I'm not worrying about that right now. You.
Where was their starvation meter thing?
It's, top left, you can see the little stomach.
Oh, they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine. They don't really need any food right now. You. Stay awake all night.
Ah!
You. Have a gift.
Big gift. Oh, what's that? A doll?
Looked like it, yeah.
Have you seen Justin's Ramsey on Twitter? Stares on asexually in the chair. I have not, but Rampant Justin did tag us to do the Sims before, and we did do that. That sounds like a thing that I'd be interested in. I should probably look into that. Also, hey, Ace Couple!
Hello, Ace Couple.
I have been bothering Sharky for like 3 days straight to message you, and he's like, but I'm awkward. Meh, meh, meh. I'm like, Sharky, just fucking message them.
What?
It's been like 3 days straight now, for real.
What?
Or, yeah, 3 days, because the episode came out Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been 3 days straight now that I've been like, Sharky, just to message them, because he's the one who brings it up, and he's like, yeah, but I'm awkward.
What?
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 What? What? What?
Anyway, hi, how are you guys?
Oh, I got a nature's necklace.
I feel like I really like tarot, but I also don't believe in it. Which is approximately my approach to a lot of occult shit. Is that I really like it, but I don't actually believe in it, really. A lamb flag statue.
Decoration.
Decoration. Which you don't have enough to put.
Nope, because I don't have the stone.
Anyway, hope I just reached the end of the transcript for this week's episode.
It made me angry.
I hope you've been getting less hate than last.
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely. I hope.
Make it easy on Sharky and just send you a link to our online calendar. You can just schedule yourself an interview time. There we go. There we go. What are these question marks?
I don't know. Let's go to left one.
Yeah, because that'll get you towards food as well. Oh, you.
Seek only truth in the light. May I be of service? I can increase loyalty of any one follower you choose. You know what?
I want you to increase the loyalty of NaNoWriMo.
Wait, what?
I want you to increase the loyalty of NaNoWriMo.
Oh.
Ooh, what's this? Yeah.
Leveled up.
Wow. Oh.
But if we send that link, he has to actually use it.
Again, I've been bugging Sharky every single day. But Sharky's thing has been, I feel awkward about messaging. So I feel like he'll use the calendar invite. He's... How do I put this? Sharky keeps reminding me that he feels anxiety over messaging even friends. And I'm like, you talk to me every day. He's like, every day I question whether I should message you. And I'm like, I get more concerned if you don't. And then he was confused by this. So I think if you send the link, he'll use it. He just feels awkward about talking. To you and apparently also to me.
I feel awkward talking to literal...
Tentacles! It's our D&D campaign all over again.
I feel awkward talking to literally everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Which why
I know I'm not gonna convince you out of, but
which is why streaming's weird, because I'm talking to literally people.
It's interesting because I feel like streaming is simultaneously talking to people and yet also just talking to the void. We got a little less hate this week, but also a couple of Christians telling us that we were wrong because this isn't actually what Christians believe and like correcting us, so that's kind of weird. And Sharky is gonna come in. This is why I'm like, no, Sharky, you should go on because you have the actual like you grew up in this Christian perspective.
I am
feel
very
like
interested on what they're trying to correct you on.
I think it is very much the no true Scotsman fallacy, right?
Oh yeah.
That like, well, they're not real Christians. It's like, they call themselves Christians and they're saying this, and I guess that one Jewish organization. But the ones you talked about, this week, I think, were all Christian.
Yes, they
Where
were.
it's like, yeah, I don't think you can know true Scotsman your way out of this. Sorry, guys. And it's like, I understand people's impulse to be defensive about their own beliefs,
Yep.
but it's also just like, but like, that's beside the point. Because the point actually is the impact that this is having on our overall society,
Yep.
Christians and non-Christians alike. And whether you believe that this is what Christianity really is or not, like that's what they're using, and that's what they're calling it, and that's what they're kind of holding up to force onto everyone else.
But I'm also like,
I am willing to believe that it's not everyone's Christianity, right?
Oh no,
like,
and
I have plenty of
not.
Christian friends where this is not the thing.
I'll take you. And that's the thing where it's like it's simultaneously it is and it's not.
That's the thing with no true Scotsman, right? Is like, well, they're not real Christians. They think that they're more Christian than whoever you are saying that. So that's a problem you can take up with them. Oh my God, it's literally Barbados. Yeah, they're just taking actual demon names.
Okay.
Barbados is the name of the demon butler character I was telling you about that I just did the collab fic for.
Well,
Well, he looks very different here than he does in Obey Me, obviously.
I keep getting ads for that game.
Do you?
Yes! Literally, Twitter.
Because you talk to me too much.
Twitter today was basically just like.
Oh, is it Twitter specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 100% because you talk to me too much.
And I'm like.
Even though I have a separate Twitter account for Obey Me that you are not connected with in any way.
In any way. No, but I am actually very interested in what people are being like, that's not what Christians believe, blah blah blah, because
it's very much the Christianity that you grew up with, right?
It's very much, literally, some of the stuff they said, I was basically being like, oh.
Wait, I have a question. What is the difference between evangelism and fundamentalism? We try to make clear that these are the specific extremist views from people who have political power and that we respect religious beliefs of those who aren't trying to enforce their beliefs on others. But some people miss that memo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what I was saying earlier, where I was like, Christianity frustrates me so much. But, like, I'm perfectly fine with... The way I always put it is... I respect your right to believe in God as long as you respect my right not to.
Oh, yeah.
The moment it crosses into you do not respect my right not to believe in the same thing is where I'm like, all right, now we have a problem and fuck you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that was exactly what I told my brother before, where he asked, do you believe in God? And I was like, I believe in your right to believe in God. As long as you respect my right not to. And he immediately went into, but what if my belief requires me to try to convert you? And I was like, well, then I don't respect your right to believe in God anymore.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's the line.
Yeah.
That's the line. It's a very simple and clear line.
And there is a...
I have plenty of Christian friends, and as long as they're not like, well, you're going to hell for not believing. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
And there's...
You could even believe that I'm going to hell, but as long as you're not trying to convert me or some shit, like, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, and I can get in whole rants about that.
I mean, according to the Christianity you grew up with, I'm definitely going to hell.
So...
Just purely on the basis of... I don't believe in God.
Fundamentalism is... It's... The best comparison is... how the conservative judges on the Supreme Court read the Constitution.
Oh, originalism.
Yeah. The Bible says this, and this is what the Bible is. This is what the Bible says. Evangelicals are a type of how let me get the exact description. It's basically um, neither of them are against each other. Evangelicalism more a form of, um, uh, in which an individual experiences personal conversion, the authority of the Bible as God's revelation to humanity, and in spreading the Christian message. It's basically a type of Christian, but a person can be an evangelical and a fundamentalist at the same time.
Are there cases where they're not, like,
Yeah.
evangelicals who are
Mm-hmm.
not fundamentalists?
Yes. Yes. They can. They are not.
So it's a Venn diagram.
Yes.
Okay. A true Venn diagram that is not a circle.
Yes, it is not a circle.
I don't know why I'm making a Venn diagram with my fingers right now as though you can see it. It's probably because I'm a drink and a half in.
I mean,
And not having
most
that much today.
Christians that you will run into, at least in the United States, are evangelical.
No, that varies. That varies. I truly do believe that in this discussion, there is a complicated race factor that also does not get talked
white
about.
Christians.
Yes. Well, here's the thing, is that, like, there are also Asian Christians.
Yeah.
And, like, there's Black Christians. And, like, I will not say that there are not evangelicals among those groups, right? Like, Latin Christians as well. It's a big thing. It varies widely. I think that, at least with my personal experience, and so obviously this is very, like, anecdotal and not like a broad statement at all, but at least in my experience, like, the Black Christian friends that I have had, it's almost like a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're quite devout, but they don't have that same, like, I must convert you thing.
No, but evangelicals also aren't necessarily I must convert you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's also not a circle.
People trying to educate us on religions is odd, because we are no way in theologians. Honestly, these people shouldn't want our atheist selves to be the arbiters of what is and is not properly. We have no interest in doing that. So we're very careful to use direct quotes from multiple sources to show the pattern of behavior and use their words, not ours.
Yeah, exactly.
See, this is why I'm like, I really want Sharky to join your podcast, because you actually still identify as Christian.
Yes.
Like, you still consider yourself to be Christian.
Yes.
Even if there are plenty of Christians out there who might call you a quote-unquote bad Christian. Like, you consider yourself to be Christian. Which is a very, like, that's fine. Because you've never tried to push me to be Christian in any way.
No,
obviously.
No,
but like,
because ultimately,
I think in that way it'd be good for you to join, because you have the basis of, like, no, you can't, no true Scotsman this, you can't do this, you can't do that, without discounting you personally as a Christian. It's easy to tell atheists, like, oh, that's not what Christianity is. But it's like, are you going to tell another Christian person, well, you're not a real Christian? They might still, but it's harder.
And that's one of the reasons why when they're like, oh, we should have you on, I'm like, wait, hold on, let me grab some Bible verses that I might possibly use, because it's a lot harder to, that's not what they believe when I'm like, no, I'm literally quoting the Bible right here at you. I'm literally quoting the Bible. This is what the Bible says, and this is why they believe that, because the Bible says this. You can't really argue that there. But that's not what the Bible means when they say that. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, I also have, like, the lawyer friend I've mentioned a few times, right? Who, like, she is Asian. I don't know if she goes to a primarily Asian church
Mm-hmm.
or just like a white church or what. Because she has various opinions I disagree
Oh
with,
man, if you're all mad
is
at
my sort of.
episode 2, just wait till episode 4. Oh, I've been pissed since episode 1 because
This is what I mean, is like, Sharky, you have things to say. You have comment. This is your
well,
chance. Do your Christian rant.
well,
Because
so
I honestly believe that it's beneficial to people.
so one of the main reasons why I'm angry is not like like the ace couple's getting it wrong. Like, I'm just like, no, they're getting it scarily right just by reading their words and being like, this is what they're like, this is actually what they're saying, and
No,
like,
it's literally just you're reading what they're saying.
and they're accurately being like, no, this is what they're saying they believe too, even if
Yeah.
it's not in their direct words. Like, they're very
No,
much
it
reading
is their
between.
direct words.
No, but
That's
they're
the thing.
no, but they're sometimes reading between the lines
Mhm.
and getting to some stuff that isn't outright being said. And I'm like, no, you're scarily getting it accurately. My thing is, I'm like, I know that there's hate for this, and I'm just like, my thing is, here's why they believe these terrible things, and they're trying to push it on literally everyone else.
So again,
This is why I'm like, I hate the fact
Ace
that I.
Couple is gonna send you the calendar scheduling invite thing, yeah?
This is why I
And
hate.
you're going to schedule time with them.
I hate the
Because
fact.
according to you, you have the time.
I
Now
hate,
that's according to you, and then you realize that actually you're just as booked as I am, sort of. But
I hate the fact that I hate that I'm like, yes, Professor Sharky, but I'm not actually professor. Like, I suck at teaching people. And then there's me being like, but I want to explain why all of this is terrible.
like, I'm not gonna act like you're a theologian either.
No, I'm
right?
not. I'm not a theologian. I'm not.
It's not that you are really into theology. It's just that this is what you grew up with. And I think that's an important background, is even someone who doesn't believe all that understands it because you grew up with it. I think that's an important perspective, because a lot.
I grew up in the specific group that is. They're not the ones actively pushing these things, but it's their type of people.
It's sort of where, how do I put this?
Oh,
It breeds the same bigotry.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
You'll
have to send a really good shark cartoon to use in our YouTube thumbnail for that episode. I'm like, it depends. Which shark do you want? Do you want my normal shark? Do you want my snow shark? Do you want the paladin shark? Do you want the birthday hat shark? Do you want the sailor shark?
Commission Sharky's friend, who could use the money and has been wonderful to work with, to make a custom shark.
I also have the one that
because I'm sure she would appreciate the money. Although she is not amongst all of the ace artists that we try to stick to, she does do great work.
I also have
the two icons on screen right now for Sharky and me are by her, and she's done great work, and she's great to work with.
I also have a custom one that I use for my thumbnails that also I can also add like a little ruler, because it's basically me like pointing at a blackboard.
Yeah, there are options. Fuck that. Send them all. Send the contact as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, just connect them to her in case they want a custom one. Because you know what? She underprices herself.
Oh my gosh.
And she should also accept more money. All the sharks!
But
I think you should have a thumbnail that has literally all of the Sharkies.
No, but it's very much the group that I grew up in was like, they talk the talk, but they're not like the people with the political power to do that. But it's just, well, there's other groups across the country that believe the same thing and then are pushing it more.
Didn't you say Ben Carson visited your school or some shit?
Yeah, Ben Carson visited when he was thinking about running for president.
I don't think you have as little political power in that group as you think you do.
No, I'm saying they're not that.
They may not be the ones like
They're
legally lobbying.
yeah, they're not the ones like they're
But
not one of the churches that are basically lobbying for it.
like political power also exists in being the kind of place that Ben Carson, when considering it, is gonna visit. You know, like
Are like no budget,
that's the
low
thing
effort.
yeah, like that's the thing with these political campaign type of things is like it kind of goes beyond like because lobbying is one thing, right?
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, politics is partially about getting votes.
Yeah.
And like when they plan stops for a politician like that, they are purposely making a point of like particular communities and stuff. So if Ben Carson visited your school, like that says actually quite a lot, I feel. All right, we're going to Stardew Valley on this shit.
It very much is. They were very. Yes, you want me to start farming? Yeah, I get it. Here, the farm will be up there.
Across from the food station, cooking station.
Our thumbnails are very no budget, low effort, but I must say next week's is a masterpiece.
I look forward to it.
As much as I've been like pissed off, it's very much just like
it's at the content, not at you. Right?
Yes, exactly. It's at the content because I understand where the content is coming from, and it's just.
I mean, it's a thing you personally have thought about because it's
it's
the thing you grew up with versus your own identity.
It's what I've had to kind of grapple with growing up.
Yeah. Especially once you realized you were ace.
Yes, especially because, oh boy, as much as some, groups like to say, and they even said this on the podcast, that, oh, Christianity doesn't hate asexuality. Yes, they do.
It's really good because we had our friend Tiger? Songbird on, and he was raised on the Bible Belt and specifically left the church because of the compulsory sexuality. So it'll be super cool to hear from someone who still has an issue with it, but still IDs as Christian. That's my thing. Is because it's so easy to be like, well, you're atheist, so your opinion doesn't matter. Like, okay, well, are you gonna say that to someone who still considers themselves Christian? They might, but
still considers themselves Christian, but brings the receipts.
Yes.
And that's the thing.
I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, and it's very, when you start looking at the why, it's very much like when you come at it from a fundamentalist, it's like, well, of course they believe that when you're married, you have to have sex. Because from what the Bible says, that's basically what you have to do.
I do find it interesting how much of like Ace Twitter I sometimes see Christianity stuff from, which personally makes me uncomfortable, just me. But yeah. In ways that also don't quite mesh with you.
Oh?
Well, things of like, I see God everywhere, in everything around me.
Oh yeah,
I know I've talked to you specifically about where you're like, yeah, I don't feel that.
Yeah, I mean, And that's just to like
Talked to many Christian aces grappled with these things, so we think it'll be very assuring to these folks. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I'm like, Sharky, do it. Sharky. Sharky, go on. Sharky, talk about it. This is why I keep prodding Sharky, because I feel like it will be really useful to a lot of people.
I need more rocks.
You have berries? I'll get some more rocks. Aren't you able to, like, assign people to do shit?
Yes.
Can't you tell them to mine rocks instead of worshipping?
Let's water these real quick.
Alright, so we're in Stardew. And I mean, even before these particular episodes, Sharky has told me before about, like, yeah, no, the pressures of, like, sexuality. Once you're married, it's not just, oh, it's good to be ace as Christian because you don't feel the urge that they always warn about and stuff, but, like, once you are married, then it flips. I know Sharky's told me about that exact thing, which is why I keep, again, being like, Sharky, go. Sharky, talk.
Yes, it very much is a, it very much is a, like...
You need to save, or does it auto-save?
I believe it auto-saves.
Well, maybe just in case.
But, like, it very much is a, like, if you fit within a certain realm of a sexuality, you're fine. But that's a very much a, sex repulsed, not romantically, like, interested, like, never ever
Wasn't
going
that
to
one,
dates.
like, help article thing also being like, well, it's okay, but, like, only if you are then choosing a profession that's specifically for God.
I mean, again, I didn't fully read that article.
I did. It was awful.
It fully depends on the one that I grew up in was very much a, like, well, okay, as long as you are not married and you're not dating slash looking to get married, then we don't care. You're not having sex anyway.
So for anyone who's not Aero Ace, and specifically is sex repulsed.
Yes,
Is what you're
basically.
saying?
Yes.
For anyone outside of sex repulsed Aero Ace. Okay, so here's a gripe we've heard a couple times this week. When we critique sexuality being a gift from God,
Oh,
and
don't
how
get me started on that.
asexuality can be seen as going against that gift. We've been told that Christians believe that God gives many gifts, but not to every single person. Like preaching is a gift, but not everyone is a preacher. And celibacy is also.
Well, okay,
I save it for the podcast. Make sure to schedule that shit. Our sources from episode 4 begs to differ.
So here's the problem with celibacy. Celibacy is a choice, not a gift. You have the whole point of celibacy is you choosing to be celibate. In Christianity's version, you're celibate for God. It's not a gift that is given. Now, there is a Bible verse that I found about Jesus talking about that stuff. But that's also a very interesting verse because how you interpret it changes the meaning a lot. Because,
I'm also sorry to you guys as atheists that you have temporarily seemingly become the asexuality v Christianity
yeah,
debate spot in the
yeah,
meantime.
but and the way you are doing it in the way that I think is really good.
Yeah.
Because again, you're
It's
not
like it's important work, but it's an unfortunate position.
and you're coming at it again as you've been saying in the episodes and as you've been saying here. All you're doing is reading their words.
Mhm.
You're saying literally just what they are saying. You are repeating back to everybody, this is what they're saying, this is what they're trying to do. The problem is that Christians are terrible.
From a Christian.
I'm
I'm just reminding
I'm I
anybody who may be listening.
I will never be the one to shy away from saying that Christians and the white Christianity that is been enforcing themselves into politics is a terrible, terrible thing that needs to be stopped. I will never shy away from saying that. Will we do care about intersectionality? Because at they were talking about in the podcast like separation of church and state, and I basically had to pause and be like, "Oh, you have no idea how much they don't care about separation of church and states, because to them that doesn't exist." Because they taught me when I was younger that no, this entire nation was founded on Christianity from the point that the pilgrims arrived.
I mean, it basically was. That was the other thing they were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Is how Christianity is so ingrained into the laws
Yeah.
of our country.
So to
And
them,
like
like, the separation of church and state is pretty words that don't mean anything.
I also, the same way our friend has said, like, we are a Christian nation. I sat there and I was just like, but it's not.
But it's not,
We
though.
aren't. And her response was, no, the majority of America is Christian. It's just legislation. Like, this really, really impacts us. We're not just picking a fight with religious people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's that same, like, I respect your right to believe whatever, as long as you don't push it on me.
Do you want to know what actually the interesting thing that I learned doing the little bit of research was?
Yes.
So I want to bring
This
up.
whole rant is actually just a preview to
I
what is gonna be happening on the podcast.
so I
Right, Sharky?
so I made a little document and I want to bring up.
Oh my god, he has a dog.
Well, I made a little document just so that I had the Bible verses ready.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
understand. I think that it's funny because your roommate, who also grew up in similar Christian upbringing, right, was like, no, just go on, no preparation, none of that stuff. And I think that's also
um,
valuable in some ways.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Although
yeah.
as I said, if it makes you feel more comfortable about going on, I think it's also fine.
Oh, I did not note down the the verse.
Oh, no.
Um, so you know the famous one,
I do?
um, that
Do I?
the people quote about homosexuality in the Bible.
I do?
The man shall not lay with man quotes.
Mm.
There's
I
actually
only kind of do.
there's that's the famous quote that is used to
Homophobia?
yes, for homophobia.
To
Here's
homophobia as a verb, yes. Okay.
here's the interesting thing. So one of the things that I learned in school is um you can't take Bible verses out of context
Mm,
because there's a bunch of it's one verse in a whole paragraph, right? Like it it really only matters with the rest of the rest of the verses that are around it. And taking out of context, like you can make it say whatever you want.
mhm.
That verse is surrounded specifically it's by anti-incest laws. Like you're not allowed to sleep with your mother or your daughter or this person in your family.
Well, isn't that why they say it's a slippery slope?
And so I was reading one thing that it's like, no,
Alright.
this could
You guys absolutely cannot have me talk about this shit because I just want to make fun.
like this is why I was reading one article where they were basically like, this could easily just be saying like the man shall not lay with man. The man that it could be referencing could easily just be like your father, or instead of talking about like just homosexuality in general, it could just be meant talking about like, hey, don't be sleeping with like the men in your family either. Like it is such an weird verse based on the ones around it that they're now like, well, homosexuality is terrible.
We don't have legal protections for our own marriage. If someone decides to challenge us and we get in front of a Christian judge who believes on the Christian
Mm-hmm.
conjugal marriage because Obergefell v. Hodge legally sings same-sex marriage does so on the grounds that it functions the same way as a straight couple, which the religious legal scholars
Yep. Mm-hmm.
believe is inherently sexual, and we don't think many people actually understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you do not consummate the marriage, a Christian judge can totally annul the marriage.
yeah, and I guess
That's
in the way that like technically, I guess, an ace marriage can, in that way that straight passing's kind of bullshit, but
mm-hmm.
is quote unquote straight passing, where like a lot of people from the outside might just assume
Mm-hmm.
that you're just a normal straight couple. Never mind agender, whatever, never mind whatever else, just from pure outside perception in the way that I'm also like, yeah, I have my opinions on my gender and stuff, but a lot of times it's also actually not going to matter because I will always be perceived as a woman. I'm always going to be perceived as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Um like which is good and bad, right? Cuz it protects me from like transphobia or the non-binary discrimination kind of thing of what or I guess it's not even necessarily non-binary discrimination, but the how do I put it? SJW treatment. Though I do have blue hair, so maybe I'm not safe from that. Also, because I will absolutely get on a rant about this. But like from the outside perspective, it's like it's safe, but it's not,
It
right?
like
You're safe, but you're not.
you're not, because if
And that's a lot of the asexuality thing is I feel like people are like, well, you're safe. It's like, yeah, we're safe, but we're not.
but if you go in front of a Christian judge and they basically say, well, if you haven't had sex, the marriage is annulled, and you
And
are
by
not,
the way, marriage means all of these things legally.
yes,
Yeah.
like the minute that becomes a thing, platonic marriages or marriages that just don't are not sexual in nature are basically just under like they are under pressure Like, to then be like, well, no, you have to have sex at least once or else they're gonna come get you. And that's not okay in any way, shape, or form. Because nobody should be forced to be having sex.
Yes. I both from that one like blog Q&A thing and the stuff this week in your podcast and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, it's I
It,
just
Christians have a
like
very strict view on this is what marriage is, and anything
yeah,
outside of
and
it is
like
basically just
there's there's
evil to
such a
them.
propensity towards like assuming sexual assault and sexual oppression and stuff is
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, on the woman. But I mean, ace men also exist.
Hi.
Yes, exactly. And like, well, I'm not gonna say more than that.
You're not gonna go into what I like when you
You
started
have your stories to tell, and I'm not gonna tell.
when you were hesitating. I'm like, what were you gonna say? Oh.
I'm not gonna tell your stories. They're your stories to tell.
We learned today that Popeye the Sailor was a gender ambiguous icon in the original comics. Wasn't even a sailor man until the cartoon. Hmm.
And
Interesting.
lied to our entire lives. I saw that under the tweet that I also saw from you guys, and I just want to say I really loved that tweet. I was so close to
I did
also
not see
retweeting it
that.
to my personal pronouns. No, no, all of our nouns are amateurs. We don't have any pronouns.
Ace, episode 4 begs to differ. Oh, trust me. Christianity very much does not believe that men cannot want sex,
Mm.
because sex is something that God gave us in order to procreate, so we need to be doing that. And we all have the urges because God made us that
Or have you
way.
just quit the game?
Oh, yeah, I just basically paused it
Oh, the whole rant.
because I assumed that we were going to be finishing up soon.
Probably.
And
But
then we just started talking, so.
I don't hear fun music anymore.
Oh, well, I can do this, and the music will come back. I was clicked off the game, and the game does not do music when I'm clicked off of it.
I just hear crickets right now.
Yeah, it's nighttime, so I guess this is the nighttime music.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, so is an ace guy who IDs as Christian. Again, get on that podcast.
part of me is like, are there any more verses that I should grab just in case? But I
I
literally can't think of
honestly
anything.
feel like you should just go. And if anything else comes to mind, you can have a Bible at the ready.
You think I have a Bible in my room?
I think you have access to the internet, is what I think.
I mean, yeah, that's where I've been
Ready
picking
to
up
rail your stream
verses.
once again. Do you think that our stream has
It's rails.
rails? I You misunderstand. We have no rails. What's our go live notification again?
We are
It is
easily
we are
distracted.
easily distracted.
But no,
The purpose is to tell people to come distract us from whatever we're playing. We're fine with it.
yeah, exactly. And
Besides, this just means that I get to pressure Sharky some more to get on your podcast.
and it's also very much we are talking about asexuality, so it's like it's whatever,
Mhm.
because
Which is actually more on topic than most of our streams. In that
exactly.
sense.
Because I mean,
Most of the times when we go on tangents, it's about completely random other things, like Peter Pan being a dickwad.
yes, it is. um,
That pause right there, that was everything.
I was trying to find words to say, and I'm like, I don't know how to respond to anything anymore.
How you respond is that Popeye the Sailor is a gender ambiguous icon, and that Peter Pan is a fucking dickwad.
I'm very interested on what episode 3 and 4 are gonna be.
They kind of gave us a like
Well,
summary-ish earlier.
well,
The joy of a stream is to see how many tangents we can have. Welcome back, Lilith. Just in time.
I mean, and I know that they're going to be talking about more of the organizations. So they only got through
Hmm.
like what, one or two or a few of them because there was
Yeah.
just
Well,
so
I know
much
they
info.
also mentioned like things from past to be like, no, this has been the thing. Actually, kind of
Oh,
think of it. We circle back to rib stealers in
oh,
episode. Oh my god, I get an honorable mention.
oh!
Thank
Don't.
you.
If I talk about some of these things, I probably will be making a rib stealer joke.
I just all I want to say is if they're gonna call me a rib stealer,
I have
I'm gonna turn
never,
to them and ask, "Are you volunteering?"
I have never, until that point, heard somebody use that term. And I am just like, what are you
Well,
on?
it's in this almost parody, like self-parody kind of way, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to parody whatever they're making fun of, but they go so far that they become a self-parody.
I-
And you know what? If you're gonna call me a rib stealer, again, I'm gonna look at you and say, "Are you volunteering?"
It
I've
is,
got a knife. I've got a few kitchen knives.
it's just like, but technically God was the one who stole it.
Yes.
Women
I'm
didn't
just saying,
steal it. God stole it.
in the same way that anti-abortion people were like in my city being like, it's wrong to kill innocent lives with the like fucking this is a first trimester abortion. They have a picture that's definitely not first
Oh
trimester
yeah, of
abortion,
course not.
right?
Of course not. Cause
This
they,
was way too many knives. Yes, but I, Satan, personally, also have some knives
I,
because
I,
I like to.
I also was like, wait, okay. While I'm just looking up Bible
For that
verses,
matter, Courtney, you're the one with a knife story.
I was like, let me like see exactly like where they're getting this anti-abortion stuff from the Bible,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, they're really reaching here. They're
Well, yes.
really reaching.
Well, what they're reaching for is those four principles that the Ace Club was mentioning, right?
Yeah,
Um, of the procreation and stuff.
but sex,
Which I'm like,
but sex.
yo, I'm a sex neutral ace person, but I have also had my tube straight up removed from my body. There is no procreation. There is no child rearing. I have no intention of ever dealing with children as like
And
part
the
of a family.
and
And like,
these
you know,
Christians
it's
would say that that is a terrible, terrible sin you have done.
to which I respond, yes, I am trying to buy the sinner bag from the Black Craft Cults if they would fucking restock it.
Sure.
There's all you need to know is there's a clothing brand called Black Craft Cult. They have a lot of satanic shit, or like satanic symbols on their shit, and they have a line of stuff that says sinner and like unholy and stuff. And there's a particular like crossbody bag that I really like that says sinner from them, but it's been out of stock forever, and they've not bothered restocking it. And they've just put out a
Hmm.
new line of bags like today, and they have not restocked the bag that I actually want. And I'm just like, guys, please restock it so that I can be a sinner just for having my tubes removed.
What the crap, Courtney?
I may have some knife stories, some sword stories, but the real story was how I once knocked a creep out cold with my foot. See, respect. Hello. Nothing. Please help. My laptop is broken. I'm watching this stream. Oh no! Also, hi.
There's a
Hi,
Twitch
Mango.
app on the Nintendo Switch?
apparently.
That's
Hi,
news to
Mango. How are
me.
you doing? I don't know how to help with that, but Sharky works in IT technically.
Oh, sorry, I can't troubleshoot a laptop
On the spot.
on the spot with on a Switch. Yeah, that's actually news to me. I didn't know there was a Twitch app for the Switch. Huh. That's cool, though.
I'm still just reveling in the fact that Sewell, with an entire snake lower half, now also has a lobster claw arm.
Sorry you missed all the Christianity talk.
Don't worry, we can continue.
I,
Sharky might cry from childhood trauma, but well, there's nothing to really do. I'll probably have to get a new laptop. It's probably the charging port.
yeah, charging ports are problems with laptops.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, having dreams about the school and churches I grew up in is always the worst thing. It's always one of my least favorite dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I don't even have it nearly as bad as my roommate did. So I was actually talking with my roommate recently, and it was when I mentioned like, oh yeah, one of the people I met through the streams that I was like does a podcast, and they
Mm-hmm.
invited me on to talk about
Well, two of the
Christianity.
people that we know
Yeah, I
from the
mean, a
streams.
couple. I did actually mention a
Technically.
couple that we know.
Mm-hmm.
Um. But um, my roommate mentioned that basically when we were growing up, that in that high school, there was definitely tiers of how into Christianity were you, because there was like people like me who are basically there, might go to church every once in a while, maybe that's really about it. And then there were people that were like going on missionary trips and street witnessing and church 5 times a week and
So
Bible
unfortunate.
studies and
This week I had a dream about dango. So tonight we learned how to make.
Mhm.
Wait, dango?
I only know it through Monster Hunter.
Like dango? What is dango?
I know that's the term that they use in Monster Hunter.
All right, hold on.
Little ball on stick. That's really the extent that I know.
Dango with an A. That is that just a mistranslation?
I think that's a mistranslation that Monster Hunter uses. So,
Rice balls. Rice balls on sticks.
mmm.
Rice flour balls. Dango.
Oh no, Dongo. What's Dongo?
According to my search, it's a commune in the province of Como in the Italian region Lombardy, but I don't think that's what you're referring to.
I don't think so either.
Okay, I'm seeing Monster Hunter Dango with an A.
We
It's
love that
not
Christian
that.
school life. I went to Catholic school, pre-K through 12, and still do for college, but it's a chill place. There's a part of me that's slightly sorry that you went to a Catholic college. But that's the I hate Christianity part of me speaking. I'm glad that you're happy there.
Okay, so it is Dango. Okay. Sorry, I study Japanese, and it's just you're gonna say very different things. And I don't know what dongo would be, but dango is yeah, like the little rice ball
Mm,
things on a stick.
that wasn't me spelling.
Often, often in either tricolor, or they can have the white ones that have. But it's my personal favorite is the mitarashi dango with like the sweet soy sauce on that's like thicker and more caramel like on um dango balls on a
Interesting.
stick. There's also the red bean paste ones.
Mmm.
I love dango. And mochi, which is very related to dango. You know, it really saddens me that people in the US think that mochi is just the ice cream because it's not. And then there's daifuku. We made all of it.
I am shrugging because
Yeah.
I don't know anything about any of this
I
stuff.
also a few times went to the like Japanese market things for
Mmm.
New Year's, and they also had like a sesame seed, like, not paste, but just like, I think it was sesame, like crumbly thing. Mochi is so good. Hell yeah.
My college is really chill and doesn't try to shove the religion down your throat, and it's really LGBT affirming and whatnot. So I love it there. Hey, that's great.
Mm-hmm. That's
My
good.
I know my ex went to a Protestant college. And oh boy, the restrictions that they put on the students.
Yeah, Christianity seems to
Oh,
me at least like such a range, because like
oh
lawyer friend that
yes.
I mentioned is Christian, blah blah blah. She's bi. She actually prefers women.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like arguing her because she honestly is so, I guess, oblivious to how it is in some other places.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which she's accused me of being like liberal bubble or whatever. Like, oh, if I'm your only conservative friend, you don't have any conservative friends, because she considers herself quite moderate. And she might be. And that's the only reason I can be friends with her. But like she did not believe me, I think, that people straight up, like, still today get thrown out of their homes for being gay or trans.
Oh no, that yeah. But I mean I mentioned it to you where the the high school I grew up in was like you don't even need to do any acts upon it. Like you don't need to
Mm.
like have had sex with a guy, but if you even say out loud I am attracted to men and I am a guy, you're immediately thrown out of the school. No
Mhm.
ifs, ands, or buts, you're immediately kicked out.
Yeah.
Because they are
Well, in
that.
this way that, and part of it is like, I think one of her parents, I don't remember which one, is still sort of in denial about her being bi. And I mean, ultimately, she married a man, so I guess in a sense, it kind of doesn't matter. But like, it also does matter in that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
it
But
does.
like, where like your parent being in denial is sort of, they don't accept you, but they also
Hmm.
aren't straight up throwing you out.
Yes.
And like she has somewhat of a close relationship with her parents, at least with her dad,
Hmm.
who I think might be the one in denial, if I remember right. And
Mm.
I was just like, well, first of all, not everyone has that kind of
Nope.
relationship with their parents.
Hi.
Right. That was the other
Mm.
thing in the when I was reading through the transcript for this
Oh,
week,
that's
was
awful. Hmm.
like the like, oh, the children are a gift from
Oh
God,
my
and
gosh.
parents will appreciate the children, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Not all parents do.
No, yeah, not all parents do.
Christian or otherwise. Christian or otherwise, not all parents do.
Yeah.
And I've heard plenty from you on that kind of thing. And I think you should also talk about that. Um,
Wait, which part?
not all parents do.
Ah.
I taught the religious lessons for the school's Christian club back in high school for exactly 1 year. Who let me do that? There was no reason for that.
and and I mean like I don't know about like there one of my classmates, it was his brother, I know for a fact, got kicked out just for telling somebody that he was gay. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know how. I don't think the family kicked him out of the house. I think it got just transferred to a public school. So I think it was fine for him specifically, but I really wouldn't put it as a stretch where there would have definitely been some
No,
kids who would have
I
gotten straight up kicked out.
I knew someone in college, that I was sort of acquaintance,
Mhm.
friends, on and off. It was complicated.
Mhm.
Um, who came out as trans,
Mhm.
and I don't know if she properly came out to her family, but I think her family found her more like feminine clothing, burned
Uh
it, and threw her out of the house, and she was homeless for a while.
yep, that sounds about right.
And that's a thing that happens,
That
and that was
it
in,
is
like,
a thing.
that was someone I knew from college, like, that
Yep.
was in the suburbs
Yeah.
of where we were for college, which is a fairly large city.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not even like, "Oh, well, you're just in your liberal city," but no, that was in the suburbs of one of those cities
Yeah.
that does vote liberal, and even then,
Yeah.
she got thrown out. She was homeless,
And
like, more than once, I
just
think.
because the suburb votes liberal doesn't mean that everybody in that suburb is liberal.
Yes,
Ooh, my
or for that matter, the people who are like, "I'm okay with it until it's my family."
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, whatever, other people's kids, yeah, whatever. But when it comes to your own family, you'd be horrified.
Yeah.
Like, people are like that too.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know exactly what her family was like.
That just I don't know why that reminded me um the college that my ex went to. I think it was only a few years prior to her starting at that college. Women weren't still are not allowed to wear pants.
Bought a Bible and thumbed through it to find random verses. I found an excerpt about bears coming down from the mountain to eat all the children and spoke about it for 40 minutes before teaching everyone that that was the Bible's comic relief. And they believed me. Seriously, who?
I don't know that verse off the top of my head.
All right, you got to tell Sharky which verse it is so that he can give us his Christian interpretation of it.
Um
Sorry, I'm just like, hey, Sharky, can you give me the Christian interpretation of XYZ random thing at all times?
so I'm just so I mean me saying that is basically being like no, there are still some Christian groups that are still very much these are the gender roles that you must fulfill, and if you break out of these gender roles, you're evil and must be kicked out.
I hope someone calls me a rib stealer one day.
Because like if even in the mid 2000s and into the 2010s,
Mm-hmm.
women can't wear pants? What? What? No, I'm not Christian.
I'm just like,
Hold
women
on.
can't wear pants. Should I
Oh,
show up in lingerie?
Bible, bear, Bible, bear eating children. This is going in my search history.
What, you didn't search it in incognito? That's what I
No.
always do for any random thing that I don't expect to care about.
Bible Gateway. This is. Oh, interesting. What the crap is with these verses? Okay. Do you want me to.
I was friends with everyone in the club, and I did want to get back at the party again. Broke up with me
Wait.
because the youth pastors thought it. Oh my god! It was the gnome story. Yeah,
Ah, yes, yes, yes. That's the gnome story. Wait, let me read these.
I love the gnome story.
Let
I feel like I need to hear it properly because I was away for part of it,
let me
and
read
I was
these
trying
two
to tell my
verses.
roommate.
Let.
Hmm?
I think I
Yes,
found
go,
it. I
go,
think
go,
I.
go.
Yeah. Wait. How many children did they? Yeah. Um. So this is talking about a person named Elisha who is a prophet in the Bible.
Mhm.
It
This name sounds vaguely familiar.
he was the successor to Elijah. There was Elijah and Elisha.
Oh, Elijah is the one I've heard of.
Yes, Elisha is the successor after Elijah.
I'm disappointed that you can't tell me more off the top of your head about King Solomon the Wise
I
that was
don't
done
know
or done.
anything about King Solomon because I did not really do that much studying of mid Old Testament because my eyes glaze over.
Oh, it was Kings and what was the other
This is
one?
actually in Second Kings.
Yeah.
This is Second Kings 2, chapter 2, verse 23 and 24. He went up from there to Bethel, and while he was going on the way, some small boys came out of the city and jeered at him, saying, "Go up, you bald head! Go up, you bald head!" And he turned around, and when he saw them, he cursed them in the name of the Lord, and 2 she-bears came out of the woods and tore 42 of the boys. He went there, from there he went on to Mount Carmel, and from there he went to Samaria. There you go.
King Solomon was, I think, in Kings
Yeah,
and is believed to be the author of Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
Yes, okay, that. Yeah,
I'm a
thanks.
Christian, but like a chill Christian. It's complicated. But I literally made a presentation for my religion class about how the Catholic Church is homophobic, transphobic, asophobic, and at times ableist. Got a good grade on the
Got a good
assignment.
grade on that assignment, so hell yeah. Yee, good job.
Yeah. Um,
Heard more of the Bible in this stream than I have in my whole life. This is what I enjoy about being friends with Sharky because I am absolutely not raised Christian, but I think it's really funny considering that Lilith is in your name.
um, Also, just as reference, the beginning of chapter 2, in Second Kings chapter 2, is Elijah being taken, by God to heaven in a whirlwind, quote unquote.
By the way, no judgment of using Lilith in your name here because, as I just said, I was not raised Christian like whatsoever, and yet I'm a Satan on this stream as per Sharky. Sharky has assigned me the name Satan, and I don't think he wanted me to keep it, but I kept it, and so now I'm Satan. So no judgment on using Lilith, though.
I mean, when you get me started on the Christianity rant, I will. Oh,
Sharky has been refraining, and I
my
keep
captioner
telling him
broke.
to
Hold on.
stop refraining.
Hold on, my captioner broke.
Yes. Go fix.
Okay, I just fixed it. Yeah, if you get me started on the Christianity rant, I get going on the Christianity rant, which is why I generally don't want to keep going on the Christianity rant.
Satan the rib stealer. No, 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 that was God. God wanted the rib to be stolen. I just went to this rib stealer and went, yo, it'd be funny if you like ate this fruit. Do you want this fruit? It's really tasty. I've had several people compliment on my choice of name here. I like the name. I do like the name Liliska. I just have also been playing a demon dating sim where Lilith is like their dead sister. But anyway,
Wait.
I also am curious if in that one episode when you apparently referenced me, if you called me Satan, because that'll really get the Christians riled up, I guess.
It's like when it's like with flowers. Satan. No, not that one.
What do you mean, no, not that one? I was assigned the name Satan by someone who is Christian, okay?
Thank you, Sharky and Satan. Um,
A rib stealer.
of course we called you Satan. Oh, that will really get the Christians being like, why are you
Oh, that's
referencing Satan here? You don't
that's
know
not
anything
right.
about Satan.
Not that one, but also totally that one.
Gosh.
It's
I
okay. My other name on the internet that I've been going by is Chaos, so, take your pick. Do you wanna call me Satan or do you want me to call me Chaos?
I I don't know. How long is this Christianity rant will last for a while.
Satan, as in Satan and Sharky. Yeah, Satan's
Oh,
buddy.
wait,
Sharky.
you mean this?
What?
I moved over to the intro screen
Ah, yes. Yeah, that.
where it said the Satan
Satan
and
and
Sharky
Sharky. Show.
show.
I can't wait for our new intro song.
Oh my gosh.
Both makes it better.
Uh, has Mick gotten back to you?
Um,
I know that
last I heard
I
they
know they've
were
been busy, so
yeah, I think last I heard they were considering working on it during one of the D&D streams.
mm,
But I mean, we don't really have a timeline,
yeah, exactly.
so I haven't like put any pressure on them
Oh
by
yeah,
any
no,
means.
I would never suggest putting
Some of it
pressure.
is just so that we can be like, hey Mick, I know you've had a rough year, but
Mm.
here's some money.
Oh yeah, I'm not suggesting we put pressure on Mick in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of like Mick will get to it when they get to it,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's
We're not
fine. But
impressing.
I'm excited for when we do get it,
Mm-hmm.
but I also feel bad in terms of requesting the commission that I was not able to give them more specific, like this kind of instrumentation and this specific, like,
You asked me, and I'm like, you're asking the wrong person here.
I know. They asked me about instrumentation. It's like I knew this question was gonna come.
You
I
knew.
already asked Sharky about
Yes,
it,
yes, you
and Sharky
did.
just refuses to give any kind of opinion. And
Because I don't
you know,
have any is the problem.
I I think that for what it's worth, at least Mick knows us.
Yeah,
So I think at the very least, like Mick knows the vibe
yeah.
that like
We give off.
yeah,
They know the
I gave
vibration.
some vague sense of direction, but I think that they kind unlike when I commissioned for my friend's wedding, it's
Yeah.
like here are two people that you have never met.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, at least Mick like knows us, and so they'll already know like
The vibration we need.
yes, the sound vibrations.
Um, we,
But,
we,
like, if they do something in that vein, but it doesn't match us at all, I feel like they'll already have a sense of that, of, like, this isn't
mm,
quite right.
yeah. Wait,
So I think it's
which is
I
basic,
trust them.
which is kind of how my icon turned out. Was can you make a shark? What kind of shark? I guess this one. Brr. How did you just make me?
Yeah,
You just like took my soul and made a shark out of it.
yeah. Like, I think Mick, because they know us,
Yeah.
like, I trust them to know kind of what direction to go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or even if they don't know what direction, they at least know when it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also excited just for the idea that they said of like things that are complementary but also clashing.
I mean, that is kind of just our
That's the vibe.
us.
That's
That
the vibe.
that's
Which
our
is again where I'm like, yeah, they know us. It'll be fine. I trust them. They make great music.
where it's like
I wait.
if
I
we
do. Yeah.
how much so much fun playing games on Mick's birthday. Oh my gosh. Courtney,
Yeah.
Courtney, you needed to stop winning at Jackbox. No, literally every time, like Job
I'm
Job
really
and a
sad I
bunch of
missed
other
that.
games, it was like, I think Mick won one of them, but like the rest of the time was like Courtney, 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 and I'm just like, Courtney, stop it!
I'm sad I missed that.
Oh man, playing Among Us was actually a lot of fun for the bit that we could play, because there was a problem where the custom lobbies is minimum 10 people. So once one person was like, "Oh, I have to go for
Among
a
Us or
bit,"
Fall Guys?
sorry, Fall Guys.
I was like, I thought you were playing Fall Guys. When did you get
Yeah.
to Among Us?
Well, Among Us was an option that we were actually talking about once somebody left Fall Guys.
Mm-hmm.
But like, the custom lobbies on Fall Guys is 10 minimum. So once we lost somebody, it was like, we have to find something else real quick, because we kind of can't play with 9 people.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but I mean, it was a lot of fun. I did win, I think, like twice in Fall
Wow,
Guys.
Cherokee, you did so good at socials.
Um,
We have 4 retweets and 6
I
likes.
don't know why. I just basically put nonsense into words.
4 retweets. Wow, good job.
I am nonsensical. I just
You should do socials more often.
no. I do 'em too much. I
What?
socialize too much.
No.
Are you sure about that? I'm just like, I just kept getting bullied. I was so bullied. Oh my
What
gosh.
was it? Deservedly?
50% yes, 50% no?
All right, so like 90% yes and 10% no.
Okay, no, some of that was not deserved. One of the
Yeah,
people
the 10%.
was just like, I'm going after Sharky, I'm going to grab Sharky, and then I'm going to toss Sharky off the side. And I'm just like, why? And then there was the times I was very bad at Fall Guys, but later, oh, you guys played First Class Trouble. Okay.
It's first class trouble.
First Class Trouble is like the same vein, where it's like there are the, as like Among Us, as like there's uh one or two people that are like uh robots that are trying to kill the humans, and they
Mm,
need to like sabotage, remove oxygen and stuff to like
I see, I
make
see.
sure it's not like succeeded.
Yeah, I really do feel bad that I wasn't able to join for Mick's birthday.
So I deserve to be good at Jackbox. You were really good at Jackbox. Royce was really good at Fall Guys. Royce was like there in the finals so many times and won one of the times, and I'm just like, go Royce!
I feel like I'm good at Jackbox, except when I'm not.
I am very bad at Jackbox because I don't have that type of humor.
Yes, that's exactly how percentages work. Exactly. See?
I am very bad at distilling jokes into a Jackbox
So
format
here's
that
the
is
thing.
funny to people.
Jackbox, I'm good at when I know everyone who's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I can sort of sometimes tailor my jokes to the audience.
See, I'm bad at that.
Also, sometimes I have jokes that I'm just like, no one else is gonna get it or no one else is gonna like it, but I don't care. This is my joke.
See, I'm
Um,
even if I know the people, I'm still very bad at that.
yeah, I mean, I'm only sometimes, right? Even when I know everybody, it's like kind of a toss up.
I mean,
Um,
apparently I heard a story of Courtney's that we needed to hear about Courtney being a wild chicken tamer when working at a zoo. Not a wild, was it a wild chicken tamer? Was the exact wording?
so Courtney and Royce, of course. Um, when are you coming back for a just chatting
Why
stream?
go Royce but stop Courtney? Why's it gotta be that way, Sharky? I was rooting Courtney on.
Sharky.
Look, I was rooting you on, Courtney, during Fall Guys so much.
Oh yes, well chickens. Yeah, when are you two coming on to just tell us stories?
We can just do a just chatting stream of stories.
Yeah, that's my question. When are you doing that?
Oh, guess we gotta schedule it on the calendar.
Yes, well, it's
Hashtag
hashtag justice for Courtney.
yes. One of the people's like gotta get this trending hashtag justice for Courtney, because Courtney, I think like only once made it to the second round in Fall Guys, and we were all like, no, Courtney.
Yeah, the problem was, I think Fall Guys was starting at like
9.
9 a.m. my
Well, we didn't
time.
actually get started until like 9:30, but yeah, very early for
Yes.
you.
Well, yeah,
We'll do it
but
after
like
Sharky's
I
scheduled
think
to
when
come on
I
the
woke
podcast.
up, you guys were starting
Jackbox.
Jackbox,
Yeah.
and then I got my news that has ruined the entire rest of my week.
Yeah. No, you were fine. Like,
I was not in any condition to like have fun. Um, and then yeah, I just couldn't really join from there. But I wanted to. I felt really bad about it. I still feel bad about it. I'll probably feel bad about it until like next year.
I mean, or you'll feel bad about it always. Like, I still feel bad about falling asleep when at
True.
your place.
Yeah, I don't care about that though, because then I just sat there and read the news because I like to torment myself.
That was also
When we talk about Satan torturing sinners, I am both Satan and a sinner. I torture myself.
no, it's. But yeah, go
Anyway,
Royce, go Royce, go Royce. Stop Courtney and Jackbox.
go Courtney. Hashtag justice for Courtney. Go Courtney specifically in Jackbox. You know what?
I was so close. There was one round I was like in second place in Job, but Courtney just was like too good at the game.
Right. So like D&D group Jackbox when?
I don't know.
See, Satan knows what. Yay! I got you.
Me coming on the podcast is just Sharky going to get bullied.
No, it's Sharky going like, go Royce.
Go, Royce, go!
Don't
Royce.
bully Courtney.
Oh. No, Courtney's amazing. I love Courtney.
Support Royce and also Courtney.
I love Courtney. Courtney is amazing.
Courtney's great. Royce is also great. You guys are great DMs. I really appreciate that lobster claw. It's like so much.
I mean, I appreciate everything that they do when it comes to
Yes.
D&D. The fact that
Yes,
they
in
basically
general.
completely overhauled how the book wrote that city.
Oh my god, yeah. Also, like, for indulging my random, like, murder field trip. Murder field trip.
You let the mount get away. I muted myself because I'm like, if I say anything, I will seem like a jerk, and I don't want to be like that person.
I mean, I did message Mick afterwards, like, I'm sorry for attacking and scaring away your mount. I am sorry. It was just in character. This is what I had to do.
Yeah, no. Like, you guys.
In character, Sul would never want to let, like, a creature get away alive.
Like
What a painful role.
you guys were playing it fine. I'm basically just like, oh, this was the worst decisions made.
There are times that
They
Sula
need
makes bad decisions,
they
and
need
like I said, Sula is resourcefully stupid.
these two need a babysitter.
Pupito?
Pupino wasn't a babysitter.
Pupito saved me.
Yeah, but Pupino's gotta die.
Well, you know, Pupito saved me. And saved me, Sewell specifically, by killing something. And so Sewell's now got a newfound respect for Pupito. Oh, the fates, the fates. You killed something with your own hands. I saw it.
Pupino's
I
still
didn't
gotta
see it
die.
actually. But Pupito finished that fight. No one saw that. Yeah, exactly. Sewell's like, oh, you killed something. You're great, actually. Sewell's very temperamental, very easily influenced and swayed. Nothing to gain Soul's favor, like a little murder,
I
a little
was
death.
I was still not expecting that, like, okay, I'm finishing up this conversation with the merchant. Okay, bye. Oh, yes, by the Deep Father. Okay, what did you just say? Okay, I got my information. Bye. Bye, his tentacle. Why do you keep dragging me back here, merchant?
The shocked Pikachu meme. That was great.
You keep
That was
dragging me back
great.
in here with information I need to learn.
Anyway, we're gonna see how long Soul's lobster claw lasts for this first
That was
thing.
so good. I'm glad y'all
It
had
was
fun with
great.
Kane was getting so pissed, but also slightly terrified.
So in D&D, also bully Sharky is what I just heard.
Kane is bullied so much. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's what I'm
The
saying.
first thing that happened was waking up, gasping, and then being trying to get pulled down.
Well, I dragged you successfully. You just didn't get your chest stomped.
And then yeah,
But I never
and
tried.
then tried to get my chest stomped. Y'all just keep bullying me.
Funniest part of that was that Mick did not realize it was you.
Yeah, yeah.
They were prepared to do that under the assumption it was an NPC. But no, it was you.
I just find it funny because like this seems to line up with my experiences with like the deduction games like Among Us and that stuff, or like Werewolf, where it's like, ah yes, who shall we pick on first and vote out first? Sharky. And I'm like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. Sharky.
You went into a corner and sulked on your own, and that's not allowed. This kind of thing is why you get bullied.
What?
I say, as the bully.
Yes, as the one that is particularly bullying me constantly. Why am I friends with you?
That's a great question. Let me know when you figure it out.
Oh, so you're saying that we should just like call off these streams and D&D and everything totally because we aren't friends anymore?
Well, I don't want to ruin D&D for everyone else just because I don't know why you're friends with me.
Anyway, we should probably start wrapping up.
3 hours, 5 minutes. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
We'll be back Sunday?
We should be back Sunday with Code Realize.
With starting the last chapter in Code Realize of
the
this
last
route.
chapter of Saint Germain.
Of this route.
Who is one of my favorite routes, and now you're starting to see why.
I'm so glad you had revealed that dream to Bunny. I am like...
I think it's really funny that we are forming interplayer character
groups.
factions of like, all right, these are the spellcasters and these are the murder hobos.
Look, I'm not gonna say I won't participate in murder hoboing.
Sorry. I'm not a murder hobo, I'm a murder clown.
But yes, the spellcasters are basically chatting amongst themselves, being like, okay, some things aren't right.
We speak Elvish. We speak Elvish. And then Soul and Idrim are just like, we speak murder? Do you want to murder? Yeah, I love murder. Should we go murder? Yeah, let's go murder.
I'm just like, look. We don't have to go to murdering yet. Let's figure out some stuff, and if we decide we can murder, once we get to that point. And then there's Patchouli, which is like, well, so does Darendelle, and so does Sereth.
Yeah, but specifically amongst the player characters, we have ended up with a slight divide.
I can start speaking Dwarvish, but I don't think any of y'all understand it.
Isn't Brady Lady?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the player characters.
You don't want to befriend Birdie Lady?
I can speak to her in common.
What's wrong with Birdie Lady?
Uh,
Anyway, Soul should probably make more use of the undercommon that they know. But everyone's just speaking.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, okay, speaking gibberish, and I'm just like,
You know, for the fact that you guys keep switching to Elvish specifically, I think that Soul should just start striking up conversations in Undercommon with everyone
I
for
wouldn't.
funsies. It's just that there are only so many people in the party. Well, no, I think a large chunk of the party
A large chunk
NPCs
of the MP.
understand.
Yes.
But everyone in town started with
Is there the invocation? What? I know there was some invocation.
I also, you know, I'm still waiting for the moment when I get to
I, I'm actually like,
mentally harass people.
I'm super interested once I get to the point where I can't or I don't sleep anymore. I won't be getting any dreams.
Oh, that's true. That's true, isn't it?
So I'm like, huh.
Soul had one bad dream and they're just like, I don't know, nightmares happen. That's what happens when you're traumatized.
Okay. So there's one thing that the one invocation that I can get which makes me be able to read all writing. That I can.
Writing.
Yes, all writing specifically. But spoken languages, of course, I would have to know that.
Uh-huh.
And I only know 4 languages. It's fine.
Soul's just over here like, oops,
Look,
Rogue the Bard.
we have to
But it's not a
conspire.
horny bard, so
We
you
have
know.
to conspire against the towns. We have to speak Elvish. It's fine.
Soul the unhorny bard, except they get
You're not a
excited that there
bard.
was a demon.
You're not a bard.
I am not, and yet here I am. Being like, can I do a performance check?
Okay, but again, not all performances have to do with bards.
This is true.
Like,
I know. But
bards aren't the only ones who do
Soul is also a
performances.
performer at heart because of the demon circus. Anyway, so anyone who's not part of our D&D is very lost right now. I apologize to everyone that is very confused right now.
Hi, I'm a grumpy
We
old
should
man warlock.
probably end the stream because I'm starting to get hungry as well. So
Yeah,
I
I
should
mean,
probably go
I'm
have
getting
dinner.
tired, and it's like 1 a.m. my time.
Yeah, but
And
thanks for
and
hanging out.
and we have
So
stuff going on tomorrow, so
right, we do. I should make
yes,
sure to set my alarm.
yes, you should make sure to set your alarm, please.
Yum, yum, yum,
Doesn't
yum.
Soul have an ocarina?
Yeah, Soul does. I'm enjoying the kid. Soul does have an ocarina. They haven't
Hey,
used it on your
Macarena.
point yet.
Hey, Macarena.
I just feel like in response to that, I should have Soul just start grunting like Link.
uh,
Ah! Rah!
I
Ah!
yes. Good night. If
Nice
you
see you Monday, bye. Unless you join on
yeah,
Sunday, because we have a stream on
join
Sunday.
on
To
Sunday, feel
everybody.
free to join us on Sunday at 5:30, 6 o'clock, whenever we get started Eastern. I'm talking about it's 2:30 to 3 o'clock Pacific.
We have very loose start times because we are always late, by which I mean I am always late.
Yeah, by
Sorry.
which it means Satan is usually either making coffee or making lunch.
Or eating lunch or out at a festival thing, but like masked at least. Or something.
So we get started when we get started. Anyway, okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.